Hey yo, what is up? 1 month later, this video is my 1 month reaction video on the new mouse, the Dragonfly VGN F1 Pro Max. Now you can see that I've added some grip tape, and this is some generic grip tape that you can get for the G Pro Super Light, and you do a little bit of editing here. You cut it here a little bit there, trim it there a little bit, and it'll fit right up. Now let's recap this mouse, the VGN F1 Pro Max Dragonfly, $57 with a Nordic Master chip, which means this thing is 4K polling compatible. Of course, you're going to need a dongle for it, and the dongle is about $12. Now, to be honest with you, I do not care about 4K polling. I don't think I game at that level. Maybe sometime in the future I might find myself wanting to try it out, but at the moment I don't think so. Now this mouse is 55 grams. I weighed it. It is 55 grams. It is currently 58 grams, 3 grams for the grip tape, and the length or the size of this mouse is 121 millimeters. Slightly in terms of the size, it's kind of like a slimmed down version of the G Pro Super Light. This thing has a Kale black Mamba switches, 8.0 switches, 3395 sensor, which is the latest and the greatest. Now all these things don't mean anything to me because I don't know anything about the technical stuff on the switches and sensors. I just know that they're the latest and they're supposedly the best. But to be honest with you, I do know one thing about the specs of this, which is really great. It is the battery. It has a 500 milliamp battery, if I'm not mistaken. It's 500 milliamp. It has to be huge because the battery on my first charge lasted 19 days. That's how good the battery is. On the bottom, of course, you can see there's PTFE feet as the skates, and underneath the mouse there's also the on-off switch, and then the DPI button where you can set it. You can set it here, and then there's a color. There's color. You can see red color there, and then if you keep clicking, it'll cycle through green color, red color, whatever you set it to be. Right now I'm at blue color, which is 1600 DPI. It also has a tiny little door here. Can you see? I only noticed this after like a couple of weeks of using it. This door is where you keep your 2.4 Hertz dongle. That's where you store it if you need to travel with the mouse to LAN events or to your friend's house to show off your $57 mouse. That's where you store your 2.7 Hertz dongle. Of course, it comes with a dongle. It comes with a dongle extender, USB-C cable, which is also some kind of paracord, which is supposedly really good. There's some extra corner PTFE feet. This is of course just 2 pieces. The corner feet are 4 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4. I did not use them. They also come with some BTL type grip tape. You know what, I'll just leave a picture for you with all the things that comes included inside the box. Now my first impression on the build quality is I feel like this mouse is actually really punching above its weight. It's delivering a product worth more than $57, and it is, to be honest with you, not far away from a Pulsar or a Lamzu. Now I know a lot of people are going to say that's not true, but I feel like it is because the quality is not too far away from those middle budget mouses. Remember, this is only half the weight of a Death Adder, so you can bet that the plastic on these mouses would not be as thick as a Death Adder. It creaks if you squeeze hard on it, but I don't experience any type of creaking on the mouse during gameplay. I'm also surprised at how comfortable it felt in the hand. Now my hand size is 21 by 10 and I was coming from a larger type of mouse, like this one. This is what I was coming from, the Death Adder ergonomic. So if you compare that to a Death Adder, it is significantly smaller. Death Adder is 127 front and back. This is only 121 front and back, so there is a significant difference. Death Adder really fills your hand. If you have a palm grip, it's great, but you cannot palm grip the Dragonfly because your hand would just completely cover it. As you can see, it's just not a palm grip kind of mouse. Yeah, especially if you have big hands like I do. Again, my hand size 21 by 10. Now I didn't think I was going to like this size, but I was surprised at how easy it was to get comfortable with it. Now my grip type, again, relaxed, kind of like a relaxed claw, and that's how I would describe it anyway. I hold it at an angle, as you can see. It's not like a straight angle like how people hold it like that. I hold it like kind of an angle. I kind of wedge it into the corner of my palm, and when I wedge it in the corner of my palm, you can see that's where it makes contact with my palm. That is why I have like a black foam tape over here. This is where the corner of my palm rests on it, because I push it into that corner over there. So that's just my default way of holding a mouse of any type, any kind of mouse. I hold it that way. So yeah, that is how I hold the mouse, and to my surprise, this is very comfortable mouse. I was not expecting that. The button actuations, they're actually very crisp. I'll turn it off here so that I don't accidentally press anything. If you click on it, I don't know if you can hear it, very crispy. There is hardly any post or pre travel. The button, you can see there are grooves on it, like a Death Adder. It kind of guides your finger where to place your finger, and you don't slip out of that channel. If you have something like a Lamzu, it is kind of like a flat, and in my experience, when I'm using a Lamzu, I kind of like press the corner there to actuate. I always press there. I don't know why. My hands just slip off and it ends up pressing at that edge. So I do appreciate that it has grooves. I know that not everyone likes it, but for me it works well. It keeps my finger right at that spot, and it's just perfect. The PTF e-skates are smooth for gliding, and I have seen some YouTubers say they didn't like it very much, but I had a grand old time with it. It is really smooth and nice. I can confidently say it's been a positive experience for me. Now the Dragonfly is on the smaller size for me, and adding some grip tape made it feel slightly bulkier, and it also keeps my greasy fingers off the very white surface. Yes, I could have ordered the black one, but I'm going through a phase where I don't want any of my peripherals in the standard black color. Now back to the mouse. It's got a matte white finish, kind of like chalky kind of feel. You'll have no problem keeping this mouse secure in your hands. I think the mouse would be perfect for smaller to medium hands, especially if you wished for a slim down version of a G Pro Superlight kind of feel. Coming from a Death Adder 107 grams, I just can't see myself going back into any kind of traditional wired heavy mouse in the future. I think any future mouses I would have to be around or less than 70 grams, to be honest with you. It's such a revelation to play with a light mouse. I wonder why companies didn't I wonder why they didn't do lightweight mouses sooner. Now, how about the performance? How about real world performance? Now, around the same time I got this mouse, I also started tracking my Kovacs scores. And if you watched my last video on the Odin Infinity mousepad, you would have seen how much I've improved my performance with this mouse over 3 different mouse pads. I used this mouse on the IKEA mousepad. I used it on the new Artisan Zero Orange mousepad, and now on the Odin Infinity. And I have been nothing but going up in my Kovacs scores, setting new records, and I think that is a testament to how good not just the mousepad is, but how good the mice pad is. Now, what I did was every day I set up 5 challenges or 5 challenge scenarios that I played every day, once a day, without any practice beforehand. This way I could see for certain if I did improve or if I did make any improvements in my actual aiming or my actual aiming skills, whether the mouse pad or the mouse helped me improve over time. So what's the takeaway I got after 1 month of using? Number 1, this mouse delivers really good value for money. Think about it. One VGN Dragonfly F1 Pro Max, you can literally buy 3 of them for the price of one Death Adder V3 Pro or G Pro Superlight, which I think is around the $150 mark. This one $57. You can almost buy 3 of these with one of those. Number 2, this is not a triple A name brand quality, but remember how light this mouse is. Yes, it has some creaking noises if you press hard on it, but remember how thin they need to make the plastic of this mouse in order to get it into the 55 gram region. So I don't fault it. I don't think it is cheap quality. I don't think it is poor quality or low quality or China quality. I think it's because it is a light mouse. That is why it feels like it's not so solid, because it's very light. So I think that is one of the reasons why some people might say, oh, this is just a cheap mouse. But in my opinion, I think this is a pretty good quality mouse for the weight and the price. Number 3, the battery life is absolutely phenomenal. I've only charged this once. When it came out of the box, it lasted me 19 days, and I've charged it once since then, and it has still not run out of batteries yet. The last thing I want to say about this mouse is I think VGN can improve the user experience, the quality. If they polish up their website and they got some dedicated English speaking support from their resellers, from their support team, I feel like a lot of people have been asking me about where or how they can download English software, where they can find the 4K dongle software. And I've been trying to help out people that way, pointing them into the right direction. I think VGN would be doing themselves a huge favor if they spend some time developing their website and making themselves more accessible or more reachable to people who want to know more about their products and their future products. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. I had a very positive experience with the Dragonfly F1 Pro Max. I hope you enjoyed this video and took some useful information, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.